Let's build a solid foundation. How's it, everyone? This is Kumu Kim. I am going over the words for grade 4, week 4. I'm not going to be doing a video where I show my face just because I'm not feeling the best right now. So let's start with the categories that we have for these words, and I'm going to review the rules within them. So we're going to have 5 categories for this week. You're going to see that you have short vowel sounds, where the vowel A, E, I, U, and O is going to say the short vowel sound. So e, instead of saying their name. Now for some other ones, we have 2 vowels go walking, right? And the rule for that is when 2 vowels go walking, the first one says its name. There's another phrase where they use the rhyme, when 2 vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. I like says its name better as a phrasing because it helps create context as to what the person should do. So when 2 vowels go walking, the first one says its name. So the first vowel of 2 says its name. Next, we have digraphs and trigraphs, where that's 2 or more letters come together to make a singular sound. Our R-controlled sounds is when the R makes the vowel not say any sound, right? Not like our bossy R, AR for the R, or OR for or. ER, IR, UR are all going to be silent, the E, I, and U. And we'll only say the sound of letter R, which is okay? And then our last thing that we're going to do is we have irregular words. And this is when a word doesn't play fair because it's not following the phonetics of or any phonics rules. Okay, so let's get down to our words so that we can kind of break these apart. So let's look at our first word. And our first word is going to be the word else, right? So if we see else, there's an X right here at the very end, right? And your student or child should know what that X means. This letter is silent, right? So what letter is going to be a silent letter? Okay, so our word is else. So let's sound this out. S. And the sound stops at this last one right there. Else. What do you get when you have else? Right, I'm going to break this down, and here is the spelling for else. Okay, so this a little bit bigger so we can see the whole thing. Okay, else is right there. Next, we have the word then. So this is going to be a digraph right at the beginning, where that first line is going to be a 2, which it's 2 letters makes 1 sound. And then each other sound after has its own sound made up by 1 letter. So the word then, then. Go ahead and try and spell it. Okay. Here is the spelling for the word then. Next is the word edge. Now, edge is a little bit tricky. Now for this next word, edge. Edge is a little bit tricky, right? So you see this line with a 3 underneath and then an X at the very end. Well, what you're going to have is that this 3-letter sound is going to have 2 letters that are going to be combined together with a silent sound at the very end. Right, so I'm giving the hint with that X being right there as a letter that they should be able to know. So let's try and spell the word edge. Edge. So what is that 3-letter spelling for the sound J? Okay, go ahead and try and spell it. And if this is what you got, great job. All right, our next word is when. When. W-E-N. When. Now for when, right, what we're going to see is that the W is going to be a 2-letter W sound, okay? And I'll give some hints as to that. So we have TH, right? SH, sh, CH, ch. And then we have our W sound, right? So what is the common thing between all 3 of those sounds? If you were to determine that it had an H at the end of each one, then great job. Okay, next word. Our word is 10th. Okay, let's sound it out. Tenth. Go ahead and try and spell it. Let's break it down. 10th. Here we are. If this is what you got, excellent. We have 2 more of these short vowel sounds and digraphs that are kind of combined together. Our next one is going to be sketch. So at the beginning we have, let's sound it out, S, K, E, Ch. So think about this, you guys. This last sound here at the end with the 3, this one right here, right? That's a ch. Okay. You know how to spell the 2-letter ch. So go ahead and spell the 2-letter ch first. How do you turn it from a 2-letter ch into a 3-letter ch? What do you need to add? If this is what you came up with, excellent job. Last, our word is spelling. Tricky, spelling. Now, in between this, I'm going to draw this line right there. And the reason for that is because this is a 2-syllable word. Okay, so for the first syllable, spell, right? Spell. At the end of that first syllable, the end of that first syllable, this 2 is a sound that needs to be doubled. So spell. So whatever that letter is that you end up on there at the 2, double it. And for the second syllable, ing. Ing. So either think of it as, how do you spell ing as a line with 3 letters, or what is that spelling? Right, ng, which is right here. What you're going to see, and the reason why it's not always ing, is it could be ang, ung, ong, right? That's why it changes. If this is what you got, fantastic. Next one. Again with our multisyllabic words, so 2 syllables. Now what we're combining is our 2 vowels go walking rule into these words, okay? And for the first one, you're going to have the sound E. So for this first sound here, it's E, right? It's not a double letter sound. It's the other one, okay? And the second one is G-er. Okay, think about this er. This er here is at the end of the word. So what spelling do you use for at the end of a word? Okay, if you used ER, great job. Let's look at eager. Eager. Here's our word, eager. All right, fantastic. Next word, mean. M-E-N. Right in our middle is our two vowels go walking. Right? And again, it is not a double letter sound. So what is the other spelling of E that is not doubled? Okay. So this is what you spelled for mean. Excellent job. Now, this is a long one, right? 2 syllables, and it's pretty long, so let's put this down here, okay, to separate out the syllables. In our first syllable, we have the sound fifth. The second syllable, teen. T-E-N. Teen. 15. In this 2 vowels go walking, it is a double letter sound. Okay. So T-E-N, teen. See what you get? This is what you came up with. Fantastic job. All right, 2 more of the 2 vowels go walking words, and that is going to be squeeze. Okay. This is a long one, and it is not multisyllabic. So we have squeeze with a silent letter at the end. Okay. Now you hear the sound qu right here. Qu. Qu is always 2 letters. What 2 letters make qu? This one letter that starts right at the beginning is never without the other letter. They're always together, right? And in this next one, right here, this is the sound E. So s, qu, or s, qu, ease. In this E, it is the double lettered E sound, okay? Now, for qu, if you put a Q, great. But Q is never, never, never without a U. Q and U always go together. So if this is what you did to spell squeeze, great job. Last one. Our word is receive in the 2 vowels go walking rule. And we have re as our first syllable. So re, e, and then sieve. Sieve. Well, you know what? It is missing a sound. Receive, and then there should actually be another line right here. So apologies, you guys. Should be another one. Okay, so e for the first syllable, re, and then v, silent. Okay, this one here, this first sound here is making the s sound, but it is not the letter S, because when a letter is followed by an I, E, or Y, it makes this letter make the S sound. S. Okay. So if you put a C right there, and then you put E-I for that one, great. E, S, E, V, silent. All right, so this is our word believe, right? And believe doesn't play fair, okay? only at this junction in the word. Oops. Come on. Right here. Only at this point in the word, it doesn't play fair. Okay, because it's going to make the E sound, but it is not how it's spelled. Okay, it should say I. Okay, so we're going to pronounce it incorrectly, just so that we can create awareness of how, so that they can wrap their head around how to actually spell phonetically correct, rather than memorizing the irregular sounds. Okay, so our word is B, so we have B, E, then O, I, V, silent. So let me spell this out for you, because I have the answer down below, but I want to walk through these irregulars for you. Okay, so let's sound it out. Be live is how we're trying to spell it. See if you got this. All right, so our first one, B, B, E, okay? And then we have O, I. So what's our two vowels go walking? Like pie and die and rye. So we have I, E, right? And V with a silent letter at the end, okay? Last one. Very similar, almost the exact same thing right here, right? At this sound here. So we're going to say this incorrect so that we can get it spelled correctly. Okay? So we have p, I, s, silent. P, I, s, silent. Even though the word is peace, we're saying p, I, s, pice. Let's go ahead and spell it. P. It's our first sound. I, which we had in leave, right? We did live. And then S, which we talked about already, where because this is an E right there, it's going to make the C make the S sound. Okay? All right. That is it for our words for this week, right? And what we see is the breakdown of these words into their different categories, right? So we have short vowels and digraphs and trigraphs that are kind of combined together. We have our two vowels go walking and R-controlled sounds. The R-controlled is only in this first word right here, but the two vowels go walking are through the rest of them. And then we have our irregulars, where we're saying the I sound right there as though it was two vowels go walking instead of E, which would throw somebody off when they're trying to spell it, okay? Again, apologies for not being able to do a video where you get to actually see my face, but next week I'll be back in action, okay? Mahalos.